Hey, I'm telling you, Rashad Richey, he never ceases to provide me lots of material. And in this one, I think he's even bettered himself. Amazing. And so I took my inspiration from him. He says here in his activity section on LinkedIn, never let anyone place you in their probability equation. Make your own. Before I read that, I'm thinking, Rashad Richey, you are probably a fraud. But now I'm thinking, well, no, that's not right. I would be placing you in my probability equation, so I'm going to recast it. You are certainly a fraud. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
So, what's this about? Well, guess what? He's got a new position that he filled last July. Get ready for this. He is the department chair of science, law, and philosophy, and a professor of physics at Paris Graduate School. Wow, that sounds pretty impressive. I mean, it's one thing to be the department chair of a physics department, or a law department, or a philosophy department, but he's the chair of all three. Can you imagine a department that manages physics and law? Pretty amazing. But let's go ahead and read this. Professor, and I'm going to try to use my Rashad Richey voice. Professor of physics. Research specialties include quantum physics, neurophysics, and biological physics. And department chair of science, law, and philosophy. Overseeing a robust and talented team of faculty and student scholars. So his research specialties are quantum physics. Well, that's about 95% of all physics. Neurophysics, and biological physics. That pretty much covers everything except for possibly statistical mechanics and thermo. But who am I to say? The Paris Graduate School. And here it is. The top part doesn't look too bad. I mean, it even has the scrolling images that you see on a lot of university websites, but things get kind of nasty down below. There's this huge amount of white space over here. I mean, it's just terrible design. And okay, this about us, that's obviously clip art that's been pulled off of some free site. This is just trash. And this part here, well, this is an image. So they just snipped this and stuck it on their front webpage. Obviously, this is not a real university. But we'll look into that a little bit more now. So we'll blow this up. Welcome to Paris Graduate School, a branch of Innovative Knowledge Institute, an establishment, and you can see that it's mixing French and English together. Oh boy. This is on the university's main page. We offer students and working professionals, and by working professionals, we mean diploma mills, so that you don't have to actually do any work. You can just go ahead and cough up a little bit of your money and receive all kinds of cool things. Our two primarily study centers are, and the English, by the way, is terrible. Right in the heart of Europe, at the two greatest capitals, Paris and London. Our academic strategy of education on your doorstep, which is great as long as you live across the street from their centers in Paris and London, enables students to gain qualifications while studying in their home country or in Paris or London. Okay. And check out our courses and get a load of the K-12 looking image here. I mean, come on. And we have undergraduate, we have graduate, and we have PhD. But I thought earning a PhD was a part of graduate study. Okay, what do I know? Okay, so let's take a look at the accreditation here, all right? And my first impression is, whoa. Hey, if this is what they're offering, I'm all on board. All right, accreditation. The Innovative Knowledge Institute Paris Graduate School is a private institution for higher education in France, open under the Education Code 25 January 1876, article whatever, authorized to offer undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So what's the problem? This is not accreditation. This is authorization. So the government has allowed them to go ahead and open the school and offer courses, but that has nothing to do with accreditation. This just means that they can legally operate. It does not say that their diplomas are worth anything. And as I said, Innovative Knowledge Institute is authorized by the local authorities to deliver courses to international students. So in other words, the government's not going to stop them from taking money from people in exchange for degrees. IKI PGS French RNCP certification is in progress. Okay, so you don't have it. Okay, this in progress thing, I bet you that's been going on for a long time. It was probably never in progress. Whatever they're admitting here, they are not accredited. Now, here's what's really interesting. If you hover over the courses part, it says here, courses in business studies, security studies, which would be cybersecurity computer, environmental studies, and PhD RV research. Okay, what I don't see there is law, physics, and philosophy. Let that soak in. He claims to be the chair of the physics, law, and philosophy department that offers no courses. I don't know if Paris Graduate School even knows that he's placing this on his LinkedIn page. They may have never known about this guy. They may not even know who Rashad Richey is. But if they do know, that's going to be an interesting one to explain. And so we'll go to the Research Center, Research and Publication. Well, this ought to be good. This is a graduate school that gives out PhDs, I suppose, and so they must have a lengthy list of scholarly publications. So let's check it out. And we have here a professor, Dr. Ann Zeller. Notice the spelling, Zeller. All right, let's take a look at what she has here. A seminar workshop by our professor and alumnus, Dr. Ann Zedler. Wait, here it says Zeller, and here it says Zedler. And I'll go ahead and translate this. Dr. Ann Zedler, I cordially invite you to the seminar workshop, The Lightness of Being, Discovering Serenity. Okay. And it says, hello, I'm Ann. I have a degree in clinical psychology. I also completed my PhD in Paris. In addition, I have many years of experience in in-depth psychology-based psychotherapy and in talk therapy, according to Carl Rogers. Now, keep in mind, this has been translated from the German, so I'm sure that in German it probably made a lot more sense. But here's what's interesting. According to this, he is at the University of René Descartes of Cartesian coordinate fame. Wait, how does that work? They linked on their page, on their faculty page, this homepage of this professor who's working at a different university. Okay, I don't think that Ann Zedler even knows that Paris Graduate School has done this. She may not have ever even heard of them. So I guess I'm going to have to email her and tell her. Not that she can really do anything about it. We have here a person who's put out some books, David Taylor. And if you read this, are there any honest brokers left? Can Neil survive the continued attempts on his life? Will the Russians succeed in bringing back the Soviet? What the hell is going on here? What's he even talking about? Okay, so again, one of the things that you can always do is check out the faculty pages. It's hard for diploma mills to fake it. because at some point they have to have pictures of people and names, and it's easy to tell whether this person exists. In a previous email, I showed you how to use Google Images to find out where a typical biopic originally emanated, and quite often they emanated at a completely different university. Now, what's the other trick? The address. That's another area where diploma mills struggle because people are going to want to know where it's located. Well, let's take a look at the address here and we'll see where it's located. It says here, Innovative Knowledge Institute, Paris Graduate School, 10 Avenue, Kleber in Paris. All right, let's copy that, paste it into Google Maps, and take a look and see what this place looks like. And there it is. This is the Paris Graduate School. Notice that none of the signage mentions anything about a graduate school being located there. If you look, it looks like an apartment complex. But it also says, hang on, the courses are taking place at 3 bis Rue Jean-Pierre Bloch. I'm doing my best here. It's been a long time since I had French. And we'll take a look at that. It's also in Paris. Let's copy and paste. And we get another apartment complex. Does this place look like where a bunch of graduate students convene to do high intensity research? All right. So going back, we can evaluate his latest experience. He claims to be the chair of the Department of Science, Law, and Philosophy. This school doesn't exist, and even if it does exist, it does not offer courses in either law, philosophy, or science. So what's the deal here? I think he just makes it up. I think he just finds some diploma mill and just writes this stuff down. It makes no sense at all, but hey, we're talking about Rashad Richey. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.